In the last class, we have discussed. Is my voice clear?
Yes, sir.
In the last class, we have discussed one of the important process, life processes, that is respiration. In first chapter, but first we completed the life processes nutrition. Nutrition means the process of taking food and utilizing them. Okay. Then the second chapter starts from respiration. In respiration, the food which is made by nutrition process that break down in presence of oxygen to give carbon dioxide, water and energy. This energy we require for our development, for our growth. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then we complete what is the difference between breathing and respiration. Breathing means uh, exhaling and inhaling the air, means exchange of gases. Breathing is nothing but exchange of gases. Respiration is breakdown of food to produce energy. Breathing is takes place in lungs, respiration is takes place in cells. Breathing is a physical process, whereas respiration is a chemical process. In breathing, no energy produced, but in respiration, energy is produced.
Yes.
Uh, then we understand types of respiration. There are two types of respiration are there: aerobic and anaerobic. Anaerobic are called fermentation. Fermentation is of two types: alcoholic fermentation and lactic fermentation. Then we understand how this aerobic and anaerobic respiration happening inside our body. Actually, in anaerobic respiration, only this type is happening in our body. Only this type means this is the two respiration that is happening inside human body. Okay. And this one is happening in the east body. Okay. Then we understand what is the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic means oxygen required. Anaerobic means oxygen not required. It is happening in cytoplasm and mitochondria. It is happening in cytoplasm only. Complete breakdown of glucose. That's why we get more energy by higher number of energy molecules. That is 38. Here less ATP. Okay. Then we understand human respiratory system. Human respiratory system, which is starting from nostril to nasal cavity to pharynx to larynx, then trachea, after trachea, bronchi, after bronchi, bronchioles, after bronchioles,
Mm.
here is the diagram. Okay, look. After bronchi, then bronchi is open with by end with alveolar sac. This alveolar sac contain alveoli. This alveoli is the main site of respiration. We understand this. Okay.
Mm.
Then how does exchange of gas occurs in human body? Oxygen is coming by inhalation process from nostril to nasal passage to pharynx to larynx to trachea to bronchi to bronchioles to alveoli. Then carbon dioxide is coming from alveoli to bronchi to bronchiole to bronchi, trachea. Trachea is also called as a windpipe. Trachea is also called as a
Windpipe.
windpipe. Then larynx, then pharynx, then nasal cavity, then nostril, then through nostril it goes outside the body. This is carbon dioxide. This is the path of carbon dioxide. Okay. Then we understand how this is happening inside alveoli. Alveoli contain lots of blood vessels. This is happening through diffusion. Okay. Then we learn in inhalation. In inhalation, two things are important. Two things are working. One is diaphragm, another is our rib cage. Okay. What is happening? You understand this. Then exchange of how exchange of gas happening in a plant. In plant, exchange of gases is happening through stomata, and in woody plant that is through lenticels.
Mm.
Then we understand exchange of gases in plant, how stomata and lenticels working. Then this is the pending thing. How exchange of a gas happening in a fish. Okay, look,
Okay.
this figure you look. Fish having gill. Fish having gill. Gill is the respiratory organ. In human beings, lungs is the respiratory organ. In fish, gill is the respiratory organ. Gill having one upper cover. This is called upper column. This is called the upper column. Look, this is gill. This is gill, and this covering is called the upper column. This upper column is helping in a respiration. Okay, this is how fish is a, look, oxygen is dissolved in water. Okay, the fish directly inhale but directly consume this oxygen from the water. Okay, and the oxygen rate and the respiration rate in fish higher, is high. Okay, then and we understand how respiration takes place in a frog. Frog is a reptile. Frog is a reptile. It lives in both water and land. Whenever the frogs is in land, it perform a respiration by lungs, but when it is in water, perform by skin. Okay, and in exam they will ask you the respiratory organ. You remember skin and lungs for a frog, spiracles for insects, skin for earthworm, lungs for human beings, gill for fish, stomata and lenticles for plant. Okay, till this we completed respiration, the second process of our chapter. Okay, one thing remaining is from nutrition, that is how amoeba. Look, amoeba is a single cellular organism. Amoeba is a single cellular by unicellular organism. That means its body is made up of only single cell. And you remember, amoeba nutrition type is holozoic. Amoeba nutrition type is holozoic. Holozoic means heterotrophic nutrition is of three types: holozoic, saprophytic, and parasitic. Holozoic means it engulfs the entire whole food and then digest inside, then convert this food into simplified inside our body. Okay, like human beings, nutrition type is holozoic and amoeba nutrition type is holozoic. Then how one single cell engulf one another single cell organism and how they digested, that is called nutrition in amoeba. Okay, amoeba is a unicellular organism and it is also a protozoa. Okay, then look, this is amoeba. Remember one thing, amoeba structure is not fixed. Okay, whenever food particle, amoeba is a single cellular organism and its food particle is also single cellular organism. Okay, when amoeba saw food particle, this is the plasma membrane, na? This is the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane of amoeba forms a pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means, pseudo means false, podia means fit. Whenever the food particle is near to the amoeba's plasma membrane form one pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means false fit. Okay, then look here, look one type of structure, here another type of a structure. Then look, first they trap the food, then they engulf the food. Okay, then they store food inside vacuole. Okay, look here, you look, amoeba, pseudopodia, extension of a cell membrane. Pseudopodia is nothing but extension of a pseudopodia. What is the function of a pseudopodia? It helps in capturing food. Okay, after capturing food, the food is stored in food vacuole. Digestion of a food in food vacuole. Then they inside food vacuole, several enzymes are there. By the help of this enzyme, the food is converted in simpler substance inside vacuole. Then diffusion process happening. Diffusion is a process through which one substance is transmitting from higher concentration to lower concentration, like water, like air. Okay, if you put air inside balloon, if you open the opening of the balloon, then the air comes out because of a diffusion. Diffusion is nothing but a process happening in semi-permeable membrane. You know, cell membrane is a semi-permeable membrane, na? means some selective substance they can allow. Okay, through this diffusion the food is going to the cytoplasm, and the undigested food move to surface of the cell is thrown out. Okay, this is how amoeba is doing their nutrition. You understand?
Okay.
Whenever first thing, amoeba is a unicellular organism. Amoeba is also called a protozoa. Amoeba, whenever the food is coming, the food is in front of a amoeba. Amoeba make one pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means extension of a cell membrane. What is the work of pseudopodia? Capturing food. After capturing food, they kept inside food vacuole, and inside food vacuole several enzymes are there. That enzyme help the amoeba to digest the food. After digestion, through diffusion process, the food is coming out from vacuoles to cytoplasm. Okay, and then the undigested food removed from the amoeba body. This is how it is one of the important question. Okay, this you have to remember, and the diagram also you have to remember. Then another unicellular organism, that is paramecium. That is paramecium. It is also like amoeba. However, amoeba is doing nutrition, same paramecium. Paramecium is also a unicellular organism. Unicellular organism. It is also unprotozoa. It is also a protozoa. But the difference is amoeba body don't have a particular structure. Amoeba body don't have a fixed structure. They can change. Look in this diagram, they are changing their body, na? Here one type, when food is coming one type, after engulfing food one type, then after digesting one type. But you remember that is not happening with the paramecium. Paramecium body structure is fixed. Body structure is fixed. Look here, they having one opening called oral groove. Oral groove. This is like mouth. Okay. Whenever the food is coming, they can trap the food by the help of a oral groove. Okay, and this type of a oral groove is not there in amoeba. Amoeba having pseudopodia for capturing food, but paramecium having oral groove. Okay, after engulfing the food, it is also having vacuoles. Inside vacuole, they store the food and they digest the food. After digestion, then through diffusion process, the food comes out from the vacuoles. And look, it is also having one another opening called anal pore. Through anal pore, they remove the waste material. Okay. Number one thing, what is the difference between nutrition in amoeba and paramecium? Amoeba body don't have a particular structure. But paramecium body having one structure. Amoeba having pseudopodia to engulf the food. But paramecium having oral groove. Paramecium having oral groove. Amoeba don't have any opening for removing the waste, but paramecium having anal pore for removing the waste. Okay. With this we completed nutrition and as well as respiration. Then come to one of the important chapter, that is transportation. Today we have to complete this chapter. Okay, transportation meaning, what do you mean by transportation? Look, think the food is digested. Tell me the final site of digestion. What is the final site of digestion? Tell me which organ is the final site of digestion? No, final site of digestion. Small intestine. Small intestine is the final site of digestion. From small intestine to every cell. Suppose it is our leg. How this food particle, how this food coming from small intestine to the cell which is available in a leg, by one process called transportation. Okay, transportation is a live process like nutrition, like respiration. Transportation is also a live process which all useful substances such as oxygen, food, salt, carbon dioxide, nitrogenous waste. Nitrogenous waste means like urea, okay, uric acid, These are the nitrogenous. These are the nitrogenous waste, like nitrogenous waste, and other substance ammonia in a multicellular organism to move from one part of the body to another. So what do you mean by transportation? Transportation is nothing but a life processes. What is it is a function? It is a function is carrying oxygen, food, salt, carbon dioxide, nitrogenous waste, and other substance from one part of the body to another part. For example, our digestion is completing in a small intestine. From small intestine to every part of the cell, this food should be reached. Na? Then how it is reached? By the one process called transportation. Okay, and through respiration we got oxygen. The oxygen is in lungs. How from these lungs this is going to each and every cell by the help of a transportation. Okay, transportation is nothing but carrying useful substance from one part of the body to another part. Okay,
Hmm.
look, in human beings how this transportation is happening. Okay, in human beings how this transportation is happening. Human being having two system for transporting oxygen, water, food, minerals, nitrogenous waste. The system are called circulatory system and a lymphatic system. Okay, there are two system inside human body that helps in transportation. One is circulatory system, one is a lymphatic system.
System.
First come to human circulatory system. Human circulatory system. Human circulatory system consists of three things. One is blood. One is
Blood.
blood. Second one is blood vessels. Second one is
Blood vessels.
blood vessels. And third one is heart. Okay. Blood means it is a fluid connective tissue. It is a red color fluid connective
Tissue.
tissue. Connective tissue.
Tissue.
Blood vessel is like pipe through which blood is flowing. Okay, and heart is a organ. Organ inside human body. It is useful for pumping the blood. Okay,
Hmm.
the human circulatory system consists of three things. One is blood, another is blood vessels, and the third one is heart. Okay.
Okay.
Then come to blood. What is blood? Blood is a red color fluid connective tissue. Okay, first thing. Why blood is red? Because blood okay, tissue means group of cell, na?
Yes.
Tissue means group of a cell. Blood having several type of a cell like RBC, like WBC, like
Huh.
plasma, platelets. Okay, blood having these many cells. So here one cell is RBC, one cell is RBC. This contain one pigment called hemoglobin, hemoglobin. Due to this hemoglobin contain iron. Due to this, the color of blood is red. If someone asks the question why the color of blood is red, because of a pigment hemoglobin. Okay, then tissue you understand, group of cell. Then what do you mean by fluid connective? Fluid means liquid like substance. Connective tissue means who connect one part to another part in our body. Okay,
Okay.
this is blood. Then come to composition of blood. That means blood consists of several things. Blood consists of several things. The blood is a connective tissue. Now, blood is a connective tissue.
Tissue.
Tissue means group of cell. Tissue means group of cell.
Group of
So in blood, how many? Look, some type of cell: plasma, platelets, white blood cell, red blood cell. These are the composition of a blood. Look, there is a process called centrifuge. Centrifuge means if you put blood inside this machine and rotate rapidly. This is called rotation per minute. If you rotate highly, then you look this type of things. Okay.
okay.
If you want to see the composition of a blood, then took blood, put inside was one centrifugal machine, rotate in high speed, then you will look this. The meaning of this is, look, the after doing the centrifuge, after rotating this, after
Rotating.
rotating in high speed, after rotating with a high speed, you will look this type of situation. This type of situation means the substance which weight is high, that is bottom of the bottom of this image, and whose weight is less, that is in the top of the image. Okay,
Huh.
then look, blood contain 55% of plasma, 55% of a plasma cell,
Plasma.
only 1% of a platelets and a white blood cell. Inside blood, 55% is plasma, 1% is platelets and a white blood cell, and 44% is red blood cell. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so their function also different. Plasma function is one, platelets function is one, uh, WBC function is one, RBC function is one. Okay, their function is different. Like look, inside plasma, different substances found, like 95% water. Okay, plasma means, suppose you have one bottle of water. The water is nothing but plasma. Inside that water, if you put some small ball, okay,
Okay.
the ball is nothing but platelets, white blood cell, and red blood cell. Okay,
Huh.
inside plasma also different things are found, like water, ions, proteins, nutrients, waste, and gases. These are the combination of these make plasma. Okay,
Hmm. Okay, sir.
then come to the function of look, this is how you see after the after you putting blood inside the centrifugal machine. Look, the yellow color is plasma, and look, the colorless platelets and the white blood cell, and this is RBC. Okay,
Okay, sir.
then come to their function. Plasma is also called fluid matrix. And remember, plasma contain 95% water, 95% water. Okay, after this it contain iron, different types of mineral. Then what is the function of a plasma? What is the function of a plasma? The function of a plasma is, it digest food, it transported digested food. Okay, actually the food which is in small intestine, that is transported to different part of the cell, our body, by the help of plasma. Okay, and it is transported CO2, oxygen also, sorry, carbon dioxide is also transported by plasma. Waste, okay, it is also transported by plasma. Hormones also transported by plasma. Okay, you have to remember plasma's function. Then what is the function of RBC? RBC is also called erythrocytes. Hemoglobin in RBC helps in oxygen transport. You look, plasma transport is digested food, carbon dioxide, waste, and hormones. But if you look the RBC function, this is transportation of oxygen. Actually, RBC contain one red color pigment called hemoglobin. This hemoglobin has the ability to transport the oxygen. Okay. Then what is the function of a white blood cell? White blood cell is called leukocytes. Okay, it don't have any pigment. Produce antibody to kill pathogen. That means it is called our protector of the body. Disease causing microbes. Pathogens means disease causing microbes. Suppose we are eating several things. Okay. Suppose that contain different types of microbes. Okay. To kill this, white blood cell release antibody. Antibody is nothing but special type of protein. Okay. Who has the ability to kill the pathogen. Pathogen means disease causing microbes. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
This white blood, due to this white blood cell, a white blood cell is also called defense system of our body. Defense system of our body,
Body.
because it is protect our body from diseases. Then platelets. Platelets is also called thrombocytes, clotting of blood.
Okay, sir.
These are the Several component inside blood and their function. Plasma, blood, plasma carrying digested food, carbon dioxide, waste, hormones. You have to remember this function, okay?
Okay,
Sometime,
sir.
sometime they will ask you write down the component of a blood and their function. Otherwise, 100% you will get one or two short question from this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then come to okay. Our transportation system consists of three things, na? Our our circulatory system. Look, transport in human beings. Transportation is happening by two system. One is a circulatory system. One is a lymphatic system. Okay. Now we are learning circulatory system. A human circulatory system consists of three things. Three things: blood, then blood vessels, blood vessels, and capillaries. Sorry, and capillaries.
Okay, sir.
Sorry. Blood vessels, and heart.
Heart.
We completed blood. Just a minute. I have one important call.
হ্যালো ମୁଁ 7:45 ମିନିଟ୍ କ୍ଲାସ୍ କରିବି
Then look, we completed blood. Then come to blood vessels. Blood vessels is nothing but the pipe through which blood is transported. It is of three types. Three types:
3 times.
artery, vein, and capillaries. Okay.
Huh.
Look, it is our heart. From a heart, one red color. Look in diagram. The red color pipe is showing arteries, and the blue color pipe is showing veins. Look, end of the arteries. Here, one.
One.
This is called arterioles, and the arterioles is again divided into small. Look, suppose this is artery. Artery is divided into small particle, that is called arterioles. Again, arterioles is subdivided into small thin blood vessels. Small thin blood vessels. This is called the capillaries. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Same thing. Vein is divided into some sub blood vessels, that is called venules. Venules is divided into small blood vessels called capillaries. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, look, this is arteries. Are you looking? This is vein. Look, are you looking? This capillaries create one intermediate between veins and arteries. This is like one bridge. In one side artery, in one side vein. They are connected through capillaries.
Huh.
Then come to this. Okay, arteries. What do you mean by arteries? And what do you mean by vein? What do you mean by capillaries? And what are their function and how they differ from each other? Okay, how they differ from each other.
Each other.
First thing, arteries means direction of blood. Artery means away from the blood, away from the heart. That means if you look the diagram, it carry, remember, arteries means it carry blood away from the heart. Okay, ये हार्ट से ब्लड को ले जाएंगे. Okay, the definition you have to remember: arteries are those blood vessels who took blood away from the heart. Okay.
Huh.
Then veins are those blood vessels who took blood towards the heart. Arteries
Okay.
away from the heart, vein took blood towards the heart. Okay. Then what do you mean by capillaries? Capillaries is the link arteries. It links arteries and veins. Look, the arteries and veins are linking each other by the help of capillaries. Na? Arteries means away from the, it took blood away from the heart. Vein means it took blood towards the heart. Okay.
Okay.
And then capillaries means it linking arteries and a vein. Okay. Then the second thing, oxygen. Remember, arteries carry oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means the blood which is coming away from the heart that carry oxygen blood. Okay. Veins carry deoxygenated blood means the percentage of oxygen is low. Okay, generally carbon dioxide. Okay. And capillaries both. It carry both. How it carry both? Just wait for a few seconds, you will understand. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Pressure. Think. Look. This is our heart. Some blood vessels are there who took water away from the heart, and some blood vessels are there who carry blood towards the heart. Then think, for sending something away, you require pressure, na? Suppose inside one bottle, the bottle is filled with water. If you want to remove the water, then what should you do? You push the bottle, the water will coming out of the bottle like this. Okay. Whenever the heart is trying to sending blood from heart to different part of the body through arteries, they require pressure. They require pressure. And when you put water inside your bottle, are you need any pressure? No. Okay. Then look, that means pressure in arteries is high, in veins low, in capillaries medium. Okay.
Okay.
Then look to arteries wall. Look, suppose it is a artery. Artery wall is thick and elastic because it creates pressure. Because the oxygenated blood is passing through arteries. How blood is passing through arteries? Because the heart is creating pressure, na? The heart is creating pressure inside arteries. That's why the blood is passing through the arteries. Okay. And where the pressure is there, that wall should be thick and elastic, na? Otherwise it will burst. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The vein, there is no pressure inside vein. So veins wall is thin. Okay. And capillary is extremely thin, one cell thick. Means if you compare the walls of arteries, vein and capillaries, arteries is greater, then vein, then capillaries. Capillaries wall is extremely thin. Okay, like one cell, means they are made by only one cell. Okay. Then come to another structure. Okay. No need to learn here structure and function. Okay. It's not necessary. Then here one thing is missing, that is valves. What do you mean by valves? Valves means, look, suppose this is our heart. This is our heart. The arteries carry oxygenated blood or carry blood away from the heart. And this is vein. This is vein. The vein is carrying blood towards the heart. Okay. The oxygenated blood are sending through arteries by creating pressure. Okay. Suppose you are trying to send water through a pipe. You put pressure. Is there any chance the water will backflow? My question is, suppose there is a pump. Okay, the pump is, suppose there is a pump, it is working. The water that's sent by pump, are there any chance that will backflow? No. Till the pump is on, because the pump is creating one pressure, na? The pump is creating one pressure. That means the water always go forward. Okay, but think,
Hmm.
there is no pressure inside vein. So that means there is chance the blood will backflow. Here pressure is applying, that's why blood never backflow. But in vein there is no pressure, na.
Hmm.
So there is a to stop this backflow, there is a part called valves. Okay, valves are found inside vein. Valves are absent in arteries and capillaries. Valves means it is a structure that prevent backflow of blood. Okay,
Ah.
so here that is missing, you have to write down by looking the video. Valves are absent in arteries, present in veins, absent in capillaries. Okay, then
Okay.
then what is the function? Distribute blood pumped by heart. Number things, whatever the blood is distributed, the blood is sending by heart, it should be distributed, means sending to all part of the cell. And you remember, the blood that carry by arteries is oxygen blood. Okay, veins means
Okay, sir.
return blood to heart, return blood to heart
Heart.
from the cell, collect the blood and send to the cell. And veins carry carbon dioxide, veins carry carbon dioxide and other waste. It carry necessary thing, it carry unnecessary thing. Then what is the function of a capillary? Capillaries exchange oxygen and nutrients with cells. How it is working? Just wait. And picks up CO2 and waste material from the cell. Okay, look. Remember, there is only one exception is there. Look, arteries always carry oxygen blood, na?
Hmm.
Veins always carry carbon dioxide blood, na? But there is a exception. But there is a exception. The exception you look. Just wait. Look. There is artery means oxygen blood. Blood with oxygen. Vein means blood with carbon dioxide. Blood with carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
But there is a artery called pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. This is the only one artery inside our body that carry carbon dioxide blood. Okay, this is exception. This is exception. If someone ask you the question, what do you mean by artery? You have to tell the definition. Artery took blood away from the heart. Generally, it carry oxygen and nutrients. But there is a artery inside our body whose name is pulmonary artery that carry deoxygenated blood. Only one artery. Same thing. There is a vein called pulmonary vein that carry. Actually, generally vein carry carbon dioxide blood, na?
Hmm.
But pulmonary vein carry oxygen blood. This is
Okay.
this is two exception. Okay,
Ah.
irrespective of this, all veins and arteries carry oxygenated blood. Vein carry carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Okay, you understand this difference?
Yes, sir.
We are learning circulatory system in human beings. Number one, we complete blood, then we complete blood vessels. Only one thing is pending, that is capillaries. How capillaries is working? Look, suppose this is our artery, this is our heart, this is our
Heart.
artery carry oxygenated blood. Artery carry oxygenated blood.
Blood.
Then it comes to arterioles. Then it comes to look this. The blood is coming from heart to artery, from artery to arterioles. And arterioles is nothing but the subdivision of arteries. Then it come inside capillaries. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose here tissue or cell are available. Tissue or cell are available. And you remember the wall of a capillary is very thin. Is very
Thin.
thin. Due to diffusion, they took oxygen and minerals food from the blood which is inside arteries. Okay, and give carbon dioxide and waste material to arteries. Then this arteries is connected to capillaries na, all are capillaries na. Okay, look, the oxygenated blood coming from heart to arteries, then arterioles, then capillaries. Inside capillaries, suppose there is the cell, they took the important substance through diffusion and gave the waste product to capillaries. Then this waste product is mixing with the blood, again return to heart. Okay, you understand?
Ah,
This is the function how arteries is working. Okay,
okay.
then come to heart, the third part of our circulatory system. It is made by muscular organ. It is made by muscular organ. Which type of muscle? Cardiac muscle. The heart is made by cardiac muscle. We have smooth muscle, cardiac muscle. Okay, so this cardiac muscle means, or it is which type of muscle? Involuntary. Involuntary means it is always functioning, we cannot stop by our own.
Stop. On.
It is present inside our chest cavity, inside particularly ribs, inside our ribs. Okay, and this is slightly tilted towards left lungs. Okay,
Lungs.
and its size is as big as our fist. Fist means if you close all your fingers, the size of your fist is the size of a heart. Okay, then act as a pumping organ. It pump the blood, okay, to several body part. And look, this is the outer covering. This is the covering of a heart is called pericardium. Pericardium, it is nothing but covering of the heart. Okay,
Okay.
look, first try to understand. Okay, our heart is four chamber. How many chamber? Means inside our heart four chamber are there. There.
There.
The upper two are called, look this way. The upper two are called the atrium. The below two are called the ventricles. The upper, how many chamber our heart having? Four chamber. The upper two are called atrium. Atrium means plural form. Atrium means singular, atrium means plural. If you are telling at two atria, otherwise right atrium, left atrium, it is nothing but singular or plural. Okay, atrium is the singular, form, atria is the plural. Okay, don't focus on that, only look, the upper two are called atrium, the below are called the ventricles. Okay, look,
Okay, sir.
the atrium is divided into two parts. One is called right atrium, one is called left atrium. Look, right atrium and left atrium. You are thinking, sir, it is the left atrium na, and it is the right atrium na. No, if you stand looking towards me, then you understand. Okay, if you look towards blackboard, you cannot understand. Okay, stand in front of a blackboard and look with your friends, then your right hand becomes this. Okay,
Hmm.
then look, the bloods are just wait. Look this way, atrium and ventricles. And atriums the upper chamber, ventricles the lower chamber. Atrium thin walled, ventricles thick walled. Why it is thin? It is only collecting the food. Look, the upper two parts of a heart only collecting the food. Its work is only collect the blood. Okay, hello,
Food.
blood collect the blood.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, then the second thing is the ventricles. Why the ventricles wall is thick? Because it has the responsible to pump the blood. Okay, for pumping the blood means you have to create the pressure. Pressure means your wall should be thick, otherwise the pipe will be burst. Okay,
Brush.
you understand?
Yes, sir.
These two is only collecting the water, is collecting the blood,
Blood.
and then these two are pumping the blood. These two are pumping the blood.
Blood.
And remember, there is a, if you look this, if you look this diagram, the right atrium, the left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle are separated by one. They are not connected. They are not connected. They are separating by. They are separating by a wall called septum. Called a septum.
Septum.
Septum divides left atrium and right atrium, left ventricle and right ventricles. Okay, this is like this.
Okay.
Okay, look there. Look. LORD. What does it means? This is the left. This is the left side of our heart. This is the.
Right side.
This is the left side. This is the.
Huh.
This is the left side.
Okay, sir.
This is the right side. And you remember the left side and right side are differentiated by one divider called a septum. Called a septum.
Septum.
Actually, LO stands for left side deals with the oxygenated blood. Always remember the left atrium and left ventricle always deals with the oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood. That means the oxygenated blood
Huh.
is coming from left atrium to left ventricle. From left ventricle, it will go to the arteries. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and the right side deals with the deoxygenated blood. Here L stands for left side, O stands for oxygenated blood. Okay, here R stands for right side. Right side means right atrium, right ventricles, and D stands for deoxygenated blood. Okay, you have to remember always oxygenated blood is coming from left atrium to left ventricles. It never goes right atrium, right ventricles. Okay,
Okay, sir.
then look, like few seconds ago when we learn about vein, that time I am telling you about valves. Na? Valves is nothing but a structure that prevent the backflow of a blood. The backflow of a blood.
Blood.
Same thing inside our look. This is the right atrium. This is left atrium. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. Inside left atrium and the left ventricle there is valves. One valve is there. That is called mitral valves. Okay, that is called bicuspid valves. Sometimes they will ask the valve means present in heart prevent backflow of the blood. Okay, what is the function of a valves prevent backflow of a blood. Okay, then they will ask you the question, the valves that present between left
Huh.
atrium and the left ventricle is called bicuspid. Okay,
Hmm.
and the valves that present between right atrium and right ventricles is called tricuspid. It is called bicuspid. It is called tricuspid. Okay,
Okay.
then look. This is how it is working. This is the whole explanation. Look, this is our lungs.
Hmm.
From lungs, oxygenated blood is coming. Oxygen is coming, and it is mixing with the blood. It is mixing with the
Blood.
sorry, blood. Oxygen is coming into lungs. From lungs it mixes with the blood and it goes to the heart. It goes to the heart. Okay, that means something when it is s- going towards the heart, that means this is a vein na. And through a vein, look, artery and vein main difference is what? Artery means coming away from the, it carry blood away from the heart na. Vein means
Yes.
it carry blood towards the heart na.
Yes, yes.
Look, that means it is a vein. It is a vein. The vein that connected lungs and the heart is called pulmonary vein. Is called a pulmonary vein. And this is only one exception when it carry oxygenated blood. Okay. Otherwise, any vein in our body carry deoxygenated blood, but the vein that connected our lungs and heart carry oxygenated blood. Okay, look, now oxygen is coming into lungs. From lungs through a pulmonary vein it is come to heart. Okay, and oxygenated blood means always coming to first left atrium. From left atrium to by
Right.
by the help of no by the help of valves it come to left ventricles. Oxygenated blood, you forgot.
Oh, sir.
Oxygenated blood means oxygenated blood always deals with the left side. Means from pulmonary vein it come into left atrium. From left atrium to left ventricle. From left ventricle to
Right.
arteries. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, look. Then from heart, by the help of a artery it goes to body part. It goes to body part.
Body part.
Oxygenated blood. Okay, O2 plus blood. This is O2 plus blood. And remember, in your body the largest artery is called aorta. Okay, the largest artery inside human body is called aorta. Then from heart through aorta it goes to other body part. Okay, then from body part it comes, the body part uses as oxygen, release carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide with the blood is coming towards the heart. It is vein na.
Yeah.
And the largest vein inside our body is called vena cava. The largest artery is called aorta. The largest vein is called vena cava. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now this deoxygenated blood should out from heart to lungs na. Okay, the vessels that carry blood away from the heart is called artery na. And artery always carry oxygenated blood na.
Yeah.
But here you look, the pulmonary artery that carry deoxygenated blood. This is two case where you have to remember. Okay, the vein that connected lungs to heart that carry oxygenated blood, and the artery that connected heart to lungs carry deoxygenated blood. You understand the flow?
Yes.
Okay. Then look how this is happening. Remember, systole, diastole. Systole means contraction. Systole means contraction. कंट्रैक्शन मीन्स कोई भी चीज फूल जाना. जैसे बैलून के ऊपर तुम जब हवा डालते हो ना वो कंट्रैक्ट कर जाता है. रिलैक्स मीन्स श्रिंक हो जाना, चिपक जाना. ओके, look this diagram first, try to understand. It is our lungs. From lungs oxygenated blood is coming from heart by the help of pulmonary veins. Okay, then it comes to left atrium. First the oxygenated blood is coming from lungs to atrium by the help of a pulmonary veins. Okay, from left atrium to it comes to left ventricles. There is a valve is present. Okay. Then from left atrium to it goes to aorta. Aorta means artery. Okay. Then the oxygenated blood is going to body organs. Then body organ releases deoxygenated blood to main vein, vena cava, the largest vein. Then from the vein, by the help of vena cava, the deoxygenated blood is coming from body organ to right atrium. Then right ventricle. From right ventricle, by the help of a pulmonary artery, it is again return back to lungs. Okay.
Okay.
Look, the right hand part is happening our when our lungs go diastole. Sorry, contraction, systole. Contraction means चिपक जाना. Relaxation means full जाना. When when heart relaxed, relaxation and contraction. Okay. When contraction is happening, the right hand side work is happening. When it become relaxed, this thing is happening. Okay. You understand the flow?
Yes, sir.
Are there any pending? I'm checking. I'll look the final image. Here it's the final image. This is left atrium. This is right atrium, left atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. Okay. And here is the pulmonary arteries. Pulmonary arteries means it is connected with the lungs. It is connected with the lungs. Okay. Then septum, the divider. Vena cava means the larger vein in human beings. Now you understand everything? Contraction means सिकुड़ जाना. Relaxation means फूल जाना. Contraction, relaxation. Then come to double circulation. Human circulatory system is called double circulation. Sir, what do you mean by double circulation? Blood flows through the heart ties to complete the full circuit. Means look, from lungs it first come into heart. From heart it come to body part. From body part again come into heart. From heart again come into lungs. It is happening 2 times. So to complete circuit means wherever the blood is starting to reach in that part, 2 times blood is going inside heart. 2 times blood is going inside blood. That's why it is called double circuit. You understand what do you mean by double circuit? Then vertebrates. Sir, all organism having 4 chamber heart? No. Okay. Do you know there is a means how many organisms we have? 5 types of organism. Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia. Again the animalia is divided into many types. Like protozoa, coelenterata, platyhelminthes, nematohelminthes. Okay. And among them there is a vertebrate. There is a category called a vertebrate. Vertebrate is nothing but our vertebral column, the backbone. Okay. The organism which are having backbone are called vertebrates. Vertebrates are of 5 types. It is called param. Param means pisces, all the fishes. Amphibians. Amphibians means living in both water and soil. Then reptiles like crocodile, snake. Then apes means bird. Mammals means we are comes under mammals. Okay. Then look. Pisces heart number is 2. It is look, why we are learning the chamber of heart? It's give various benefit. Just wait second, we will understand. First try to understand how many chamber these vertebrates having. Pisces having 2, amphibians 3, reptiles 3, apes 4, birds 4, mammals 4. That means among these 5, the above 3 having 2, 2
Two.
or 3, 2 or 3 chamber, 2 or 3 chamber. But the below 2 having 4 chamber. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then look, if 2, then blood is only for completing the circuit, blood is going only single time inside the heart, that is called single circulation. Inside pieces the type of circulation is single. In human beings, double complete circulation. In Pisces single, in amphibians incomplete, in reptiles incomplete. Double circulation but incomplete. Okay. Then sorry, temperature maintenance. What do you mean by temperature maintenance? First thing, why we need chamber in the heart? To prevent mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. If someone asks the question, why our heart requires chamber? To prevent mixing. Or if chamber is not there, oxygenated blood plus a carbon dioxide related blood, generated blood, they are combined with each other, na? Hello.
Sir.
More oxygen will be supplied to body organ in better way. Our every cell requires oxygen to perform the respiration. If oxygen and carbon dioxide is mixing with each other, then unnecessary that cell should do more things to separate this oxygen and carbon dioxide, na?
Yes, sir.
Then high efficient supply of oxygen. You know why you require high efficiency? Because our body require energy. Then more respiration leading to more energy production. This is why we require 4 chamber. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then the concept is here. You look, when we are learning the difference between vertebrates and the difference between these, there is a term called temperature maintenance. What do you mean by this temperature maintenance? Like, we have 2 types of organism: warm blooded, cold blooded. Okay, do you know what is the temperature of our body?
95, around 90 to
37 degrees Celsius. 37 degree, around 37 degrees Celsius. If you convert it, it will be 98.6, I think. Okay, this is the temperature. Okay, suppose now summer season is going on. This summer season also our body temperature is that. In winter also that. In rainy season also that. Our body temperature never changes. Okay. That means our body temperature is always a constant position. We have a constant body temperature. Animals that are able to maintain a nearly constant body temperature. Nearly constant temperature means when you are having fever, your body temperature highestly going raised to 104 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. But always constant. Cold blooded means animals that are able to maintain a nearly constant body temperature, that are not able to maintain. Suppose fish body temperature is not always constant. If they are in water, their body temperature is low. When they comes out from water, their body temperature will be high. Okay, they don't have a constant body temperature. So among five types of vertebrates, only 2 vertebrates having constant temperature: mammals and birds. That's why when you are catching any parts, there you feel warm. But when you are catching fish, are you feeling warm?
Yes, sir.
My question, try to understand. When you are catching any birds, especially pigeon, hen, if you touch them, you can feel their body temperature. Okay.
Yes.
But when you catch fish, there is no body temperature. They don't have a constant, na? Whenever they are in water, some temperature. Outside water, some temperature. Okay.
Okay.
Look, temperature maintenance. Fishes, no. Amphibians, no. Reptiles, no. Only 2 are there. who having warm blooded apes and mammals. Human comes in under mammals. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Remember, crocodile only one reptiles that having four chamber. Reptiles having three, na? Reptiles having three, na?
Yeah.
But there is an exception. Crocodile having four chamber. With this, we completed our circulatory system. Circulatory system.
System.
For in human beings, two system are working for circulation, na? For transportation, na? One is circulatory system, one is lymphatic system. Okay. Come to lymphatic system. This lymphatic system also having three parts. One is lymph vessels, lymph nodes. This lymph is nothing but a fluid. This lymph is nothing but a fluid. Look, lymph. What do you mean by lymph? Lymph is a colorless fluid. Lymph is a colorless fluid. No, lymph is a fluid. It is a colorless. Why it is colorless? Because absent of RBC. In blood, RBC is present. That's why the blood color is red. But in lymph there is no color. That's why it is colorless. WBC present. Look, in blood, how many cells are present? RBC, WBC, platelet, plasma. These are the cells, na, present in blood. But in lymph, RBC is absent. RBC is absent. WBC present. Lymphocytes is one of the example. Then they are having protein, different types of protein. Okay, how this lymph is forming? How this lymph is forming? It is formed due to leakage of a plasma from blood capillaries. What does it mean? Come to this. Plasma means most of the inside plasma that contains 70%, 95% water. Just a minute, what I am showing you. Look, inside plasma, what are the substance? Water, ions, nutrients, waste, gases. These are the component of a plasma. It is formed due to leakage of a plasma. How it is forming? Look, this is the heart. From heart, oxygenated blood is coming. Okay. Suppose this is our blood capillaries. This is our blood capillaries, and you have to remember the blood capillaries wall is very thin, and due to this thin, they help in diffusion process to separate oxygen from the blood. Okay, look what happening. Suppose this is blood inside capillaries. From capillaries, some amount of plasma is leakage. Some amount of plasma is leakage. Why they are leakaging? Due to diffusion. Okay, because maximum water is available inside the capillaries, and outside water percentage is low. Due to this, some plasma is releasing outside the capillaries. They are stored here. It is nothing but our cell. Due to this water content and some other content released by our cell, one fluid is forming called lymph. Lymph is called interstitial fluid because it is developed inside cell, inside tissue and capillaries, blood capillaries. Okay. Look, read once. It is formed due to leakage of a plasma from blood capillaries. From blood capillaries, plasma is releasing, a plasma is leakaging, that forming lymph. Okay. That lymph should be passed inside the lymph vessels. This is nothing but lymph vessels. Lymph vessels means the vessels, the pipe that carry lymph. Okay. And if you look this diagram, you can understand. Look, this is lymph vessels. Inside lymph vessels, this node type of some structure are present called lymphatic node. called lymph node. Called lymph node. What is the work of a lymph node? Lymph node kill some bacteria that is inside lymph. Okay, some bacteria that is killed by lymph. Look, fast extra plasma membrane, extra plasma leakaging from the blood capillaries that form lymph. Lymph is go inside the lymphatic vessels. Then lymph node, inside limbs, some microbes are there. Some microbes are there that should be killed. After this, that enter into heart. Okay,
Okay.
this is how it is working. The function of a lymphatic system. What is the use of a lymphatic system? Lymph facilitates absorption of fat and fat soluble nutrients back to the circulatory system. Means plasma contain fat particles, na? And lymph is forming. How lymph is forming? Leakage of plasma, na? Plasma contain fats and fat soluble nutrients that should be absorbed, na? That should be absorbed from the lymph, na?
Yes, sir.
It removes excess fluid from body tissue and maintain the balance of a fluid between the blood and the tissue. It forms part of the body's immune system and helps defend against bacteria and other microbes by producing immune cells like lymphocytes and other antibody cells. Look, in the beginning of this discussion, I am telling you, na, lymph having WBC. What is the work of WBC? If you remember the blood concept, look, what is the work of WBC? Any part that having WBC, that means it create antibody that kills pathogens. Okay,
Yeah.
that means if our lymph also having WBC, that also makes antigen to kill the microbes, na?
Yeah.
These are the three function of a lymphatic system. You understand it? Then come to blood pressure. There is a concept called blood pressure. Blood pressure, the pressure exerted by blood on the wall of our blood vessels is known as a blood pressure. Short form BP. Okay. What does it mean? Remember. Just wait, there is a page is missing. Where is that page? Just wait. Tomorrow I will complete this chapter, okay?
Okay, sir.
I'm searching that. Just wait.
Okay.
That page is missing, okay? I have to check once my recycle bin. Just wait. Wait. Okay, look. I am not finding that. Look.
Okay, sir.
Blood pressure means, look, how this blood is going inside artery,
Hmm.
because on artery, for sending blood into artery, our heart putting some pressure inside the heart, sorry, inside the artery. That is called blood pressure. Okay, look, blood is passing, the blood is putting some pressure on the wall of the blood vessel, na? Hello. When
Okay.
water is passing through one pipe, the water is applying some force on the walls of the pipe, na? That is nothing but blood pressure. Okay,
Okay, sir.
some few portion of this chapter are pending. Okay, tomorrow I will complete. Tomorrow you have class on 11:30. Okay.
Okay, sir.